What's up, everyone? It's Hector here, and some of you may have noticed that I changed my channel name recently. My channel has been pretty Japanese focused or Japanese centric, and I talked about cosplay and anime, and a lot of collectibles that I have are from Japan, originated from Japan. But I also wanted to cover other collectibles that I have that don't necessarily connect to Japan. And one of the things that I have that I've recently been purchasing are pro wrestling championship belt replicas. And well, Japan and Mexico is pretty big when it comes to wrestling, just like the United States, though it isn't as big as it used to be, just like in the United States. But still, I didn't want to just keep trying to like force a connection to the whole Japanese media and culture, so I didn't want to keep my original Japanese name, and also a lot of people just didn't really understand how to pronounce it or didn't know where it came from, because my name's Hector, and it's just a Japanese phonographic or whatever sounding version of Hector with their katakana symbols. So it's Hekuta and extended Hekuta, and Kun is just, like the male version of Chan, sort of. Well, maybe not as informal. But anyways, so yeah, that's also why I switched. I just figured Hector the Collector is more catchy and can cover a broader range of collectibles. But of course, I'll still be talking about cosplay whenever I go to conventions, whenever that happens. Who knows, with the pandemic still going on, but they're trying to open up more stuff, and I've been vaccinated, so I would definitely like to go to a convention sometime soon. I think they're saying they want to do one. Well, they want to do a really big one at the end of the year. I don't think I want to go to a giant one like over in Los Angeles. I might just wait for, I don't know, San Jose again or something. But anyways, yeah, I like to hear everybody's thoughts on the name change from Hector-Kun to Hector the Collector, and thoughts on different collectibles, reviewing pro wrestling championship belts. Are there any pro wrestling fans around here? I've been a fan for most of my life, but I kind of fell off shortly after two of my favorite wrestlers passed away. Well, one committed suicide and all that. I'm pretty sure most of you know about that story. And then the whole industry was already monopolized here in the US by the WWE, so it just wasn't very good for at least a decade. But now things are starting to pick up here in the United States, and there's more competition coming back to wrestling. Got some AEW stuff coming up, but I'm still going to be talking about my other collectibles, of course. You might be able to see some of these boxes over here on the side. I have a ton of collectibles, a ton of anime figures that I purchased recently, and so yeah, I'm going to be covering those, reviewing those pretty soon. So yeah, leave some comments telling me your thoughts. Thumbs up the video, I guess, if you like it. And subscribe if you want to see those reviews coming pretty soon. I'm probably going to have to change my ending, huh? Can't really say don't be afraid to be an otaku. Well, I can. It wasn't Hector Otaku or something. But then again, it's not exactly Japanese based. I don't know. I got to think that over. Leave thoughts in the comments. See y'all later.